look here at the numbers for Curry. Last season, he played outstanding. And, of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, second in the league, I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And here is James. Pass to Curry. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
What you appreciate most about Curry is his confidence, especially when it comes to how far he can connect from.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And, you know, expectations are so high for Curry every year, but somehow he continues to meet and often exceed them.
Both shots good from the stripe. And once again, Coach, the storied San Antonio franchise is on the upswing.
It sure is, Kevin. Look, they've got a Hall of Fame coach and a potential Hall of Fame centerpiece to build a team around. They've got great talent evaluators in the front office. You can't ask for a better recipe for success.
They grabbed their own miss. Here's Embiid. Joel Embiid. Too big.
And the sheer size of Embiid poses so many problems for the opponent, and he's using it well to score inside against him.
Leonard against Tatum. Here's Curry. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Here's Embiid. San Antonio with the rebound. Barnes dishes to Curry. Pass to LeBron. Fires away from outside. Curry with the bucket. Curry's got the lead up to 3 now for the Spurs.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Embiid with a screen on Barnes. 1:53 left now here in the second, and stolen by Barnes. Into the lane, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Gilgeous-Alexander against Leonard. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Antetokounmpo against LeBron. Wembanyama outside. Pass to Curry. Rocket 6. Back to Wembanyama. Embiid with the steal. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And go back to the steal by Embiid. That ignited the break. And Joel's length is such a factor defensively.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Gilgeous-Alexander against Curry. James
Vintage LeBron there, owning the lane. I mean, who's going to stop that?
Antetokounmpo passes to Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's picked up by James. Curry gets it to go inside.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the 76ers. It's a 3-point game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And James pulls it down. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Raptors. Excellent D there from George.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for San Antonio. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome.
In a tight game like this, free throws could be the difference. It would help if they could get some freebies.
Is that how you saw it when... Now let's take a moment. That is more than enough of us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Harrison Barnes is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Curry in at the shooting guard. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. Drains the three-pointer. Curry's got the lead up to 6 now for the Spurs. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think, number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Spurs leading by 4. Now here's LeBron outside Curry. A 3-ball. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
And the defense knows George can score from there, which is what forces them to kind of compromise at times defensively.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of this quarter.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity strike. That's a huge factor.
First one falls for him.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And what I love about Paul George, the production, year after year after year. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And now a chance to take a look at the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander. Great showing for him last season, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And looking back at his number 2 steal rate, yeah, he did gamble a little bit, you're right. But he also played some hard-nosed on-ball defense, and that was key. First free throw is good. George drops them both. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Curry on the wing. Wembanyama outside. 6 on the shot clock. LeBron James on the wing, covered by Giannis. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. For the lead, Wembanyama with the rebound. Wembanyama's got 8 rebounds in this game. Coach, only 2 players have led the NBA in blocks as a rookie. Manute Bol and our favorite, Victor Wembanyama.
Well, Kevin, Wembanyama is already special defensively. Not only as a shot blocker, but the amount of ground that he can cover to affect shots. And there are people around the league that believe that he can become the best defender of all time.
This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen. The best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Curry kicks to LeBron. Rebound by the 76ers. Antetokounmpo has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best, but his teammates are dropping in 2 triples in the first half. He's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of those.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10.
This is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
16 seconds left here in the third quarter. Now Curry. He's got 20. Wembanyama, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Wembanyama with the aggressive finish.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Spurs lead by 3. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth, Paul George is out there with Jason Tatum. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Embiid in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Misses off the left iron. Spurs leading by 3. Here's Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to James. Barnes has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Spurs. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
And this is where you feed Giannis. The closer he is, the more dangerous he becomes.
Barnes outside. Pass to Curry. Shoots the 3. 8 for 15 with that made basket. But he's not satisfied yet.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys. During the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. Coach is not happy with that three-point battle. He told his team, we're down because they're making more threes than us. We have to defend the line if we're not making them at the other end. Guys?
Thank you, David.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Barnes outside. Pass to Curry. And the rejection by Embiid. George with the ball. Antetokounmpo dishes to George. Here's Embiid. Rebound San Antonio. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. To the inside. It's deflected. Paul George with the steal. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Curry. And that one hits back iron.
Well, when he's got space to operate inside like that, he is not going to hesitate.
Back to LeBron. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Well, with this team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Barnes finds James. Lets it go with a 3. They grab their own miss. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
Antetokounmpo against Barnes. Embiid in the corner. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. And now that's 11 points for Joel Embiid. LeBron against Giannis. Pass to Curry. Back to James. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Tatum. Tatum gets it to go inside.
Well, you know who their number one option is when they need a big bucket. And Tatum rarely disappoints.
Wembanyama, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's James. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Giannis. Giannis says, get off me.
There is no question Antetokounmpo is a star in this league. This team trusts him to make the big shot.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. 2:15 left to play here in the fourth. Antetokounmpo against James. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And he lays it up and in. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Was there ever any doubt who they were going to go to? LeBron James is clutch.
Tatum setting the pick for Embiid. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. James looking around. There's 39 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Fearless. Curry takes him up the challenge and gets that big basket to fall.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Tatum. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Yeah, and such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives for the big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
So they foul intentionally. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Second personal foul. Second team.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Timeout called the 76ers. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It counts, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
LeBron James. Shooting two.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. Here's Embiid.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Giannis puts it right back in.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. the second of two is good. That makes it a 3-point lead.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Absolutely need a 3 here.
And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Stephen. How special is it to share your success with your family?
That's what it's all about, man. I know you know when your kids get to enjoy the game and the show, and it's fun. So I'm glad I did something good for them in the fourth quarter.
They'll remember all of it, I'm sure, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you guys.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that about wraps it up. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
Greetings, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for our latest presentation of NBA basketball.